8 o'clock, your top stories at this hour. 95 Libyan nationals who were arrested at a suspected illegal military training base near White River in Mpumalanga have arrived at the Kruger International Airport for their deportation. This comes after the National Prosecuting Authority withdrew charges, including the Contravention of Immigration Act, against them on Thursday. While the Libyans were then handed over to Home Affairs Department for deportation. That process is underway. Tumelo Machogo is at the airport this morning, bringing us the latest as the day progresses. Tumelo, good morning once again. Perhaps since our earlier chat, you're obviously saying that it's about 30 Libyan nationals had arrived. You showed us the plane. You also showed us the tarmac where we couldn't really get a clear visual because we weren't really allowed to film. But at this hour, as we're speaking, took us through the processes unfolding. What else has been updated since we last spoke?
Well, indeed, only about 30 of them have already arrived here at the airport, and also we're expecting more of them to start arriving here at the airport. You understand that these men were also arrested in July, and also now the court has already withdrew their cases, especially that the criminal charge of the contravention of the Immigration Act, and also because also the state saying that they do not have enough evidence actually to continue with the case. 30 of them have already arrived here at the airport. They're expected to fly at any moment now. That is the plane actually just behind me that they're expected to fly with. That's Cam Air is expected to fly these men back to Benghazi this morning. I was earlier on, we actually saw just sniffer dogs actually just coming to I think they were just going through the properties of the men, especially their luggages and bags, just to check if they have not have anything that is untoward before they can actually go into that plane, because now they're expected to fly into that plane. But let's speak to their lawyer now, who was representing them in court, Advocate Nico du Plessis. Nico, just thank you so much for joining us this morning. First of all, how are these men feeling this morning? They must be excited to be eventually leaving the country.
Yes, good morning. Yes, they are very excited to leave the country. They wanted to be reunited with their family, and they can't wait to get on that plane.
We know there were like a lot of issues, especially when it comes to court issues. When they were appearing in court, they were saying that they were not treated very well when they were still at Barberton prison. The food that they were receiving there and the treatment that was not very good. But then Magistrate Eddie Hall did make a judgment that they must be moved to Nelspruit Magistrate Court, to Nelspruit prison. How were they in the prison, and how were they receiving treatment just before they left the country?
They also have complaints about the food they're not used to, but the only goal is now to get back to Benghazi.
And also just talk to us, the case was withdrawn against these men. Will the state maybe come back and then maybe try and retry these men? Will that be an eventuality for these men? And will you be able to again go back and represent these men if the state decide to charge these men with other cases? Because there were rumors that there were cases especially of rape and also of theft in the communities, especially of Masoi.
According to the state, there are no outstanding charges. Also, the police confirmed that there are no outstanding complaints. These people are now being deported back to Benghazi. I'm sure the state, if there's any outstanding charges, the state must then ask for the deporting back or getting them back into the country.
And how are they going to fly? Are they flying straight to Benghazi, or will they stop elsewhere because it's a long flight?
I understand the plane can't fly so far, so they will have a few stops before Benghazi.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking to us. That was Nico du Plessis. He is the lawyers who was representing the men that are expected to be deported this morning. 30 of them have already arrived. They are in the tarmac as we speak. They're expected to board that plane at any minute now. We are still expecting for 2 trucks actually to arrive, because only 2 trucks arrived this morning. One was carrying only their luggages, and then one was carrying about 30 of them. 65 are still yet to arrive here in court, right here rather at the airport, but we understand that their passport are being processed inside by the Home Affairs Department.
All right, Tumelo, thank you for that update. We'll continue to monitor those developments as the day progresses. We'll leave the conversation there for now.